Episode 9 is set to bring in tons of twists and turns and surprises by writer and director J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one of the biggest questions going into this film is, of course, exactly how will J.J. Abrams tie this all together, specifically into the prequel trilogy, as well as by including some Star Wars Rebels content into this film, which, by the way, he is going to do. Now, this movie is really going to cater to all different fans around the world when it comes to every single Star Wars piece, including books, novels, movies, video games, and even some animated series out there. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with a big hint that could very well lead to Ezra Bridger's appearance once again in Star Wars Episode 9. Specifically, a description of an older man in or around the ages of 50 to 55, wearing a dark green vest with long, wavy black hair and a beard. The character has blue eyes and is codenamed EB. He is next to Maz Kanata, Rey, Poe, Finn, and Chewbacca. On his belt appears to be a lightsaber hilt, however it could be a different weapon. The next goes over the character likely to be Ezra Bridger, fighting 4 stormtroopers decked in black armor, however not using a lightsaber at the time. Lastly, a sequence involving the character codenamed EB, sitting by a campfire with Rey, Poe, Finn, Chewbacca, plus Maz Kanata. The EB character is located in a more isolated area of the site. They all appear to be cooking food and takes place during the night, with lots of embers rising to the sky with tall trees in the background. So I really wanted to go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we've been hearing about Ezra Bridger quite possibly coming into play here for Episode 9, and it would also make sense because we do know that Dave Filoni has had discussions with, of course, J.J. Abrams, Rian Johnson, Jon Favreau. They're all talking with each other in order to really keep the continuity in place here. So with that being said, if you guys have actually seen the very end of Star Wars Rebels Season 4, it really does pretty much leave open the possibility of Ezra Bridger coming back at some point in time in the future, either in the form of another animated series or coming back in the form of live action. Now, the reason as to why I believe that there is a huge hint here that this is indeed Ezra Bridger is not only does he have actually, the black wavy hair, and he's also got the blue eyes, but he's also got a beard now, which is really interesting, and is in or around the ages of 50 to 55. Now, if I'm not mistaken here, Ezra Bridger was born, I believe it was the same year as Luke Skywalker, or maybe even a year before or after. And Luke Skywalker is in or around the age of 56 or 54 in Star Wars The Force Awakens, so that would honestly make sense. But the thing that really gets me is how this character is codenamed EB. I believe that most certainly stands for Ezra Bridger. Of course, it could be somebody else, but overall, I believe that J.J. Abrams, the fact that he's implementing some Star Wars Rebels content into Episode 9, I believe that this could honestly very well be a cameo of Ezra Bridger in Episode 9. And after all, they did the same exact thing in Rogue One: A Star Wars Story for the first and second acts of the movie with Saw Gerrera. No, he was a character in the Clone Wars animated TV series, and we got an older version of him in live-action form, which honestly I really loved. And it seems as so that maybe they are trying to do the same exact thing with a far more popular character, that of course being Ezra Bridger. Now, the thing here is this. This would also point to the fact here that Maz Kanata has her own crew. We do know that the galaxy is really going to be united in this movie. The whole entire first act, apparently, is all about combining all aspects of the galaxy, all different parts of the galaxy, different star systems, recruiting people from one planet to the other in order to join the Resistance and fight the big fight against Supreme Leader Ren and the First Order, or whatever this new order under Kylo is going to be called. Now, the other thing that I do want to go over is how there's actually this campfire sequence that's actually between both Rey, Poe, Finn, Chewbacca, Maz, and of course this EB character. Sounds like he is actually going to be giving a lecture or telling a story to them briefly about his times in the unknown regions. In fact, I would not be too surprised if he is the one that leads our heroes into the unknown regions in episode 9. And after all, it has been heavily rumored that the unknown regions will actually be a part of Star Wars episode 9. You know, we do know that the Jakku Observatory has a lot of hyperspace routes in order to go into the unknown regions, and with them filming over in Jordan, which was the original location for Jakku in The Force Awakens, if we are going back to Jakku, that could yet be another hint that we are actually going all the way over to the unknown regions in episode 9. As far as the Ezra Bridger character goes, guys, what do you think about this? Is it a good idea to implement a Star Wars Rebels character in a major trilogy movie in the Skywalker saga film? I know that I brought up Saw Gerrera before, but mind you, that was an anthology film. That was Rogue One, a Star Wars story, not a Skywalker saga film. So would they really go as far to include a Star Wars Rebels character such as Ezra Bridger or Ahsoka Tano, as we have been hearing, in episode 9? Would that honestly be a good or a bad thing in your opinion? Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.